Morning agents, status is green. But honestly, the forecast out there? Completely chaotic. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're breaking down the absolutely massive title update Year 8, Season 2.2. I'll be your handler for today, and we have a ton of tactical intel to process. So let's just get right into it. Now, right before we deploy, I gotta take a second to acknowledge a highly specific but awesome milestone. We just hit exactly 231 subscribers. Literally, no way we'd be here without you all. But we've got an urgent directive to hit that 1,000 subscriber goal. So if you're enjoying these briefings, definitely hit that subscribe button and officially join the squad. All right, let's look at the tactical orders for today's Explainer. Number 1, surviving the dust storm. 2, securing storm loot rewards. 3, realism mode and collaborations. And 4, the Paradise Lost Arsenal refresh. Okay, Section 1, surviving the dust storm. Listen, the environment in New York is basically about to become your biggest enemy, and you really need to know what you're walking into. It's a stark contrast. So when you load in, you'll get this calm dust storm. That's the default state, lasting up to 18 minutes. But then it shifts violently. You hit the raging dust storm. This is an intense 8-minute window of sheer sensory deprivation. I'm talking heavy visibility loss, insanely disorienting wind noise. It really proves you just can't rely on your eyes out there anymore. And this weather, it completely rewires combat. Spacing is literally everything here. Look at this data. Up close, between 0 and 10 meters, enemies are taking 50% more damage from you, but their damage against you is totally normal. Now push that out past 26 meters, and their damage dealt drops by half. But, and this is a big but, they gain a massive 80% status resistance. So you're going to have to be constantly adjusting your engagement range on the fly based on this. This whole environmental hazard basically builds into this brutal escalation matrix. Step 1. Every 6 minutes, these Dust Devil kill squads, 4 named enemies, are actively hunting you down. Step 2. You gotta keep moving and rack up 50 named enemy kills amidst all this chaos. Pull that off, and you trigger a call for backup. Step 3. The bosses arrive. You're going up against Paul, a cloaked sniper who is straight up immune to your pulse, alongside Black Lung, a heavy tank rocking an LMG and an artillery turret. It is a total gauntlet. Now, while you're trying to survive all that, you've got to keep your ears open. There are 20 hidden loot caches scattered across the New York map every single day. You'll actually hear an audio cue when you get close. But heads up, interacting with them absolutely guarantees a named enemy ambush. Oh, and stay highly alert once that raging storm actually subsides. The Scoured Hunter might just drop in and you'll want to take him down because he's carrying those highly valuable storm keys. Moving right along to Section 2, securing storm loot rewards. Look, surviving is only half the mission. Now you need to turn all this chaos into a serious gear advantage over at the Haven vendor. Farming storm keys is tied strictly to difficulty kills. On normal or hard, you'll need 14 kills to get keys. Bump it to challenging, it drops to 12. Heroic, just 10 kills. And here's a huge pro tip straight from the source. The daily boost literally cuts that kill requirement in half for your first 150 kills each day. Efficiency is definitely the name of the game here. So what exactly are you buying with those keys? Gear caches. And inside them, you might just find this absolute beauty, the Rabid D50 exotic pistol. The talent on this thing is called foam at the mouth. Basically, if you land a headshot, it applies Ensnare to the very next enemy you hit, and then grants a 25% weapon damage boost against any ensnared targets. It's a fantastic example of just how crucial crowd control utility is going to be for surviving the storm. Looking at the broader logistics of the event, just for logging in, boom, you get a free parched mask. Also, Warlords of New York is entirely free to play for level 40 agents during the event, which is huge. There are 43 no-duplicate vanity items in the apparel caches, and if you manage to collect the whole set, you unlock the highly coveted Black Blizzard Scanner Pulse visual effect. Plus, those gear caches we talked about, they are absolutely loaded with special seasonal named items and exotics, like the Caduceus and Nurse's knee pads. 1 million. That is the first massive tier for the cross-platform community challenge to unlock the PAL jacket, and it scales all the way up to 10 million. That's a lot of zeros. But hey, don't forget, while you're chipping away at that massive community number, you're hitting personal milestones too. Once you collect up to 200 keys, you'll net the St. Elmo's Engine Red Alert weapon skin, plus plenty of other sweet rewards along the way. All right, let's hit Section 3, Realism Mode and Collaborations. Now, for you agents looking for an optional, truly high-stakes deployment dropping right alongside the storm, Realism Mode is back. It's got this totally grounded, fresh start philosophy, meaning all previous realism characters, gone, wiped clean. The huge mechanical shift this time around is gear weight. Throw on heavy gear and you maximize your protection, but man, it comes at a steep cost to your mobility. Light gear, on the flip side, heavily favors speed over survivability. You mix that with a reduced UI, having to manually scrounge ammo directly from defeated enemies, and way longer skill cooldowns, yeah, you've got a wildly different survival experience on your hands. And if you actually manage to clear Liberty Island in Realism Mode, the ultimate bragging rights reward is waiting for you, the Salt Flat MK46 LMG skin. What's really cool about this one is that it features a dynamic kill counter right on the weapon, literally a franchise first. And, if you've got the absolute nerve to complete it on a hardcore character, you'll secure the kill count MK46 skin as well. Good luck with that. Running parallel to all of this, we've got the creator collaboration. Think of these as specialized side missions brought to you by folks like NGN, Charles and FilipeRaaamos. New steps for these will unlock daily across various name zones, and they yield some really fantastic rewards, like exotic components and optimization caches. But the crucial part? Completing all 6 projects in a chain unlocks an exclusive creator-themed backpack. Also, definitely keep your eyes peeled for hidden creator-themed hats and hoodies stashed in containers while you explore. Okay, bringing us to Section 4, the Paradise Lost Arsenal refresh. So the dust storm might be temporary, but the new high-tier rewards hitting the incursion are a permanent addition to your arsenal. Get this quote: "You can look, but you can't touch." That's the flavor text for the brand new exotic marksman rifle, the Prima Donna. Sounds kind of mysterious, right? But it perfectly frames this weapon as the absolute ultimate tactical tool for highly disciplined, patient shooters. Let's break down how this actually works mechanically. The Prima Donna relies on this really intricate stack-based system. When you're safely out of combat, you can gain up to 10 stacks. Every single stack gives you a massive 12.5% amplified damage. But here's the catch, the can't touch part. Taking damage automatically eats one of those stacks to fully repair that specific instance of damage, and it takes 3 seconds to replenish. It is the definition of a high-risk, high-reward mechanic. You have to have perfect positioning to keep your damage output spiked. Looking at the hard numbers for level 40, you are packing 417.7k damage with a 7-round mag. Now, importantly, this does not replace the Ouroboros. Both of these exotics can drop from the final chest, and you've got a low drop chance from the Wright, Martinez, and Johnson encounters too. Also, really quick note, if you're a bit newer to incursions, the Ambush and Assault Global events can now actually be active inside, which should give your squad a very welcome helping hand. All right, let's quickly recap the operational timeline just to make sure we're all grounded. Pretty much everything we just talked about, the Dust Storm, Realism Mode, the Creator Collabs, and Paradise Lost, that all goes live on July 21st. The Macmillan Reservoir and Kenley College locations are going to be available from the 21st to the 28th. And definitely mark August 11th on your calendars, because that's when the Dust Storm officially ends and the new Broken Rain incursion launches. And that officially wraps up today's tactical intel. We have gone through the shifting weather, those complex new exotics, and in entirely new ways to play the game. So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. Which operation are you deploying for first? Are you hitting that Dust Storm loot grind, testing your nerves in Realism Mode, or are you just heading straight into the incursion to hunt down the Prima Donna? Let me know, stay sharp out there, and I will catch you in the next explainer.